Ncaa will get the kill, and we're level at 1 apiece. Tennessee had 15 aces. That was a big part of the equation. That was a program high in the rally scoring era. Bailey Earnhardt now will serve with a score level at 1. Kerr sets it up down the middle, and it finds the back line. Emily Beaker. Applause from the side. It was Granberry who got the look. Chanticleers did a good job limiting the success of the middle hitters one day ago, but an early kill for Granberry here. Stout out wide. It's Lezak again. Kerr the dig, sets up a Ncaa swing. Earnhardt's there. Stout will pass from there. Fowler. Near side, it's Chapman who is turned aside. From the back, they'll try to roll it over. Lezak misplayed it on one. Stout there to settle it down. Fowler will get her swing, but miss wide. And Tennessee a 3-1 edge to start things off. Well, misplayed balls on the receive from Lezak, sent it right back over, but then Stout settled things down. Fowler just missed trying to go wide as Kerr tees up her second serve of the afternoon. Fowler again, off the block, covered Lezak. Fowler will try it again. Just want to dig. Kubik on the back. Chapman puts it down. Mention, can Chapman be the next big outside hitter for the Big Orange? It has been a mainstay position for them. 2 All-Americans at that spot a season ago. And the reigning SEC Freshman of the Week continuing her hot play. Fowler trying to answer, and does. Puts it right between Eckler and Kubik. Some margin back to within a pair as Unal will serve away. Varani is in now for the Chanticleers. Chapman, nobody there on the back line. It wasn't a real big swing from Chapman, but she found the space on the back line and no one was there for Coastal Carolina. Makes it 5-2 Tennessee early. As Ncaa goes to the service line. Jump serve, a good one. Earnhardt there to handle it. Lezak there to finish it. Good side out that time from Coastal Carolina. Lezak has her second kill. As Bengi will rotate in. As Bengi, the senior from Bursa, Turkey, with the service line. Good passer as well. But here, the serve is long. First service error from either side. That was a theme a day ago. 14 service errors combined with allowing the 15 aces. The service line was not a friendly spot for Coastal Carolina one night ago. Sydney James to serve away for the Lady Vols. Out wide for Fowler, off the block and wide. She'll pick up the kill. So Fowler picks up her second kill. Speaking of trying to fill a void, Jasmine Reve, who held that position on the outside a season ago. Fowler has stepped up. The sophomore has been good. 12 kills a match ago, 11 against Gardner-Webb on Thursday. Is now back-to-back with double-digit kills. 2 already in the first set as she serves away here. Errant pass there. Has Tennessee in a bit of a scramble. Chapman got a swing anyway. Now it's Malone. She's stuffed. Emily Beaker sends it back. Well, Fowler will check out. First time we see Anna Smith, the sophomore, as Chapman goes to the service line for Tennessee, leading 7-4 early first set. Varani down the middle, had a big swing at it. Stout tried to follow that, an excellent sign on a plethora of levels for Coastal Carolina. Stout, after that injury scare, did not have another swing last night. She has one early in the first set here, picks up kill number 1. Jalen Stout was just 3 kills shy of yet another triple-double one night ago. See, it started the big swing Varani, then Stout able to finish it off. Serve into the tape for Lewis. Second service error already for the Chanticleers.
Now serving number 33, Hayden Kubik.
As Hayden Kubik, the Nebraska transfer at the service line for Tennessee, 8-5. Malone handles. Unal puts it down. Started with a good serve receive, and Unal came from sideline toward the middle and found a way to put it down. Stout, perhaps the brightest spot for the Chanticleers at the service line one night ago. She had a pair of aces, nearly tied up Kubik there. And because of that, Chanticleers will get a swing from Malone. Malone, who led the shots and kills, actually had a match high in that regard, with 13 of them while hitting in a 241 clip last night. And here she picks up an early kill in set number 1. Stout, this time aces them up. Danced right in front of Aaron Jones. 2 aces one day ago, one already here for the Chanticleers, and that levels the score at 8-all, a 3-0 run for Coastal Carolina. Stout, did she find the back line? No, that one just sailed long. Didn't miss by much. And now Eckler back to the service line. Granberry back in that middle blocker position for Tennessee. Aaron on the serve, receive, and Granberry had an open delivery. She does not miss many of those opportunities. Too much on the serve receive, sent it back over, and Granberry knew what to do with it. Lezak will try to roll it over from the back. Kerr sets it out wide. Chiash off the touch. 3 in a row now for the Lady Vols to answer. It's 11-8. Coastal Carolina leveled the score at 8. Tennessee's answered with 3 of their own. Stout from Malone. Rolls it over. Sent back. Stout there for Lezak this time. Chiash. Malone a good dig. Now she'll try to pay it off. Block is wide, and she has kill number 2 for Lauren Malone. Ends the 3-0 spurt, and a big point for Coastal Carolina and Lauren Malone. As Earnhardt back to the service line. Just a 2-point margin at 9-11. Kerr from the back line. Kubik missed long. Kubik sort of surprised. She thought she found the back line. No argument from Eve Rackham-Watt. Reigning 2023 co-coach of the year in the SEC. The shots back within 1. On 2. What a beauty of a play from Caroline Kerr. Looked like she might have been in a bind with The initial pass too close to the net. And boy, she knew what to do with it. Saw the opening. Reigning SEC Player of the Week, showing you why with plays like that. Stout, Unal, they weren't quite on the same page, but they did place it over, blocked up top. Unal denies access. And now she'll go back to the service line. I got the crowd and her teammates fired up. Now has to settle down with a big serve. Her team down just one. Kerr sets it up. They try to go middle again. Chanticleer's defend it. Out wide. That one turned aside. Chapman will try to punch it across. Does. A chance for Fowler off the touch. Did she get it? No. And, well, one official says it is off the touch. And now it is awarded to Coastal Carolina. So they say there is a touch. And Eve Rackham-Watt went and asked Kerr, said, hey, did they get a touch? And Kerr just nods her head. And Coach Rackham-Watt says, okay, we'll play on at 12-12. Out wide, big swing, muscled through by Chapman. Through the block and down. As Ncaa goes back to the service line. Entertaining opening set, much as it was one day ago. Stout, touch for Ronnie. Boy, some pretty high-level volleyball on both sides. Chanticleer's hitting at 381, Tennessee at 286 here in the opening set. You could argue the difference, the service error is 3-0. Chanticleer's already with 3 of them in this set, despite being level. This one's a good one. Out wide, Chapman. We got enough of it on the touch. Stout will try. Stout finds the mark. Chanticleer's their first lead here in the opening set. As Kaglabingi at the service line. Up the middle they come. Another look for Granberry. Thought they might like to get her more involved. She was held fairly quiet one night ago. 3 kills here in the opening set. She only had 5 in the 4 sets total one day ago. James, errant serve receive, but dig made to make up for it, and Stout polishes it off. So Sydney Lewis had it sent across on the serve receive, but then made up for it defensively. Jalen Stout picked up kill number 3. Coastal Carolina first to 15. It will step aside in an entertaining opening set here in Conway. It's Coastal by 1.
Do you require shelter? Your inefficient participation will
Mama,
I will protect you. Do you need? Hello, do you need assistance? Do you require shelter? Your inefficient participation will
The Wild Robot is the best animated movie of the year.
You are defective. I feel fine. You should not feel anything.
home?
Home.
The Wild Robot, rated PG, in theaters September 27th.
It would be the best story, not only in tennis, but maybe in sport.
I looked different. I played different. I was something that no one had ever seen before.
Good look at the Tennessee huddle, and Eve Rackham-Watt trying to make some adjustments after Coastal Carolina was down early by 3 a couple occasions. But since then, the Chanticleers have really turned it on. Side-out percentage over 71% for the Chanticleers. It's not that Tennessee's doing poorly. They're nearly 67%. If you like offensive volleyball, it's been quite entertaining in that regard here in the opening set. 15-14, Coastal Carolina on top. Tennessee to receive the Fowler serve. Kubik, her first kill. Had 2 errors in her first 3 swings. She cashes in on this one to level the score. And Peyton Chapman back to the service line. First 30 points of the set split right down the middle. Malone tries to spin it in there. Ncaa was there. Kubik again missed wide this time. The 3rd error from Kubik in 4 swings. That one awfully close, but it missed the mark. So Coastal Carolina, no, they're going to switch it back to Tennessee, beg your pardon. They switched it over to the Lady Vols. It looked like it was wide, but then they said off the touch. So Kubik does get the kill. They'll come to Ncaa this time, who puts it down on the back line. And now the Lady Vols stretch the lead to a pair. Nina Ncaa transferred in from Towson to help replace those 2 All-American outside hitters. She's been a big part of what Tennessee has done, and the first ace goes to Peyton Chapman. Timeout, Chanticleers. 18-15 Tennessee since the last timeout on a 4-0 run. And as a result, Steve Loswick will call time, the reigning Sun Belt Coach of the Year. Talking things over with Susan Clements, his assistant, and the rest of the Chanticleers squad, as Coastal Carolina has seen 4 quickly go on the board for Tennessee. And now the Lady Vols quickly up 3, approaching the latter stages of this opening set. One that has gone back and forth. We've seen a pair of 3-point margins each side for Tennessee. They've had it a few times. They have it again here. As you see the Tennessee coaching staff going over things, trying to find a way to polish off this opening set. Trying to avoid what happened to them a night ago, where Coastal Carolina was able to win set number 1, had the crowd in a frenzy. Then Tennessee calmly won the next 3. Chapman at the service line. Can she keep it going after recording the ace moments ago? Stout will get a swing. Stout missed wide. So the run continues. It's 5-0. As Stout trying to go sideline there. Service error will end the run at 5. So a 5-0 run for Tennessee. Helps jump them out to a 19-16 lead. And now Coastal Carolina, after the service error, trying to climb back into things here. Lewis's serve toward Kubik on 2. Kerr puts it down. Second time on the dump. That one more routine than the one prior. As she read the defense well and dumped it right in front of Lewis, the libero for Coastal Carolina. Malone mishandled the serve receive. Second ace of the set. And the service line is where they made their hay one day ago. See if they try to target Malone on serve again. Kubik deals. Smith had a little bit of a hard time with it. Sets up a wide attack for Malone. Outside, Ncaa puts it down. So again, the serve receive not getting the swing that the Chanticleers would like. Sets up Tennessee. Chanticleers at one point led 15-14 in the set. Since then, it's an 8-1 run, and the lone point the Chanticleers have gotten was on a Tennessee serving error. And Tennessee in the driver's seat here in this set. That 5-0 run teamed up with a 3-0 run, just the service error in the middle. As the Volunteers have a couple of aces, just one service error in the set for Tennessee. See the margin 6, 2 aces for Tennessee, 5 service errors, or 3, beg your pardon, service errors resulting in 5 points total just from the service line. Big part of the difference here in set number 1. That and the Lady Vols have seen their hitting percentage skyrocket. Ncaa, a big part of that, was held in check from a percentage standpoint one night ago. I had 11 kills, but just hit at a 146 clip last night. A graduate student from Serbia, much better today. 5 kills on 8 swings. Hitting at a 625 clip in this opening set. And Hayden Kubik trying to keep it rolling. Fowler handles serve. Free ball over though. Miscommunication on the pass. Tennessee makes them pay. It's Ncaa again. Kill number 6 for Ncaa. Tennessee 2 away from claiming the opening set, as they have run away from Coastal Carolina on the back half. It's a 9-1 run. Make it 10. Errant pass fell right into Beaker's lap, and she's able to handle it from there, and it's a set point for Tennessee. The 2 matches, it would be the widest margin of victory in any set they've had this weekend. That one finds the back line. It's an ace to finish it off. And Tennessee finishes the set on an 11-1 run. They capture the first set by a tally of 25-16, and the 16th ranked team in the country leads 1 set to none.
Do you need assistance?
The Wild Robot is the greatest DreamWorks movie ever.
Did anyone order me?
It's not just the best animated movie of the year.
Do you need assistance?
It's one of the best movies, period.
I will protect you.
The Wild Robot. Rated PG. In theaters September 27th.
Who's that sexy thing I see over there? That's me, standing in the mirror. If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. 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 I'd wanna be me too.
On a tense Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Holy smoke, State 1 and the fans are going wild. Deputy Uris, quick, call for backup. Backup?
Yes, Deputy Quinn, yours?
We don't need any backup. I got this.
Call backup.
I'm sorry, did you say you wanted a Dr. Pepper?
I said backup.
Look, we don't need any backup, even if he has great hair and famous relatives.
I think we're talking about two different things here.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
You know I made it to the playoff.
Without any backup. I get it.
My name's Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda. We bring heirloom corn products from Mexico to every kitchen. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. With no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to meet my business needs. And I reinvest my 2% cash back to help grow our business with new products, like our tabletop masa mill. My Spark card helps me fulfill my mission of bringing masa to the masses. What's in your wallet?
Chanticleer dance team adding to what has been a fun environment all weekend long. As the Chanticleer girls look on from the end zone side of the HTC Center. Kyle Rush here with you. Glad to have you along with us. Tennessee capturing the opening set. 25-16, the big story, an 11-1 run to end the set for the Lady Volunteers. So now how does that shape set two, especially the beginning of it? Ncaa, one in orange, a big part of that opening stanza for Tennessee. 6 kills on just 9 swings. Jalen Stout, Emily Fowler, 3 kills apiece for Coastal Carolina. As the Chanticleers look for a rally here in set number 2 in long chat with Steve Loswick at his club before they start the second set. After they had a lead in set 1 at 15-14, and then it all went awry since thereafter. Tennessee will have the first serve here in the second. As the rotation's being finalized. Uno and Stout have a chat, and back to the service line is Hayden Kubik. Randall McLam, Morgan Shannon are officials once they're set to go. So are we. Tennessee up 1 set tonight. Chanticleers will try to get a side out early. The side out percentage plummeted late in that set for Coastal Carolina. Under 50% for the set. Trying to cash in early here. Unable to. Chias, dig, Lezak. Out wide from Malone again. This time she puts it down. So Chanticleers on the board first in the second set. And Jalen Stout races back to the service line. Jones able to handle it. Push over Kubik. Lewis was there. Malone again. Cross court. Dig King. Kubik from the back. Missed it long, but it's off the touch. So Tennessee on the board. 1-1 here in set 2. Tennessee trying to make it 5 sets 1 in a row against Coastal Carolina after dropping the first set last night. Good dig from Jones. Aaron pass nearly sent down, but right there was Granberry to read it and keep it alive. Now Granberry the rejection. Covered though. Backline Fowler. Good defense from the Lady Vols, and it results in the kill from Chias. Really good execution, defense to offense that time. And there's the benefactor, Ncaa. who continues her hot play. Malone has to try from the back. That's off the block. Handled there though. Ncaa again. Stout saved it. Lezak off the block and down. Had just enough as Tennessee got a big part of it, but unable to get enough. You see Lezak get a good swing, and the battle there is Granberry along with Ncaa. We're trying to poke it back the other direction. Out wide, Ncaa. Stout has it covered. Sets it up for Lezak, back-to-back kills. Lezak, her fourth. Chanticleers on top, 3-2. It's more the efficiency that Coach Lopswick's looking for. Earnhardt grips a serve in. Errant on the pass. Unal able to win the battle at the tape. Coastal Carolina, we wondered how they would respond after surrendering an 11-1 run. One set ago. Now they're on a 3-0 run here. That one slides just over. Another battle at the tape. Stout. Send it, Lezak. Free ball for Tennessee. And Granberry able to capitalize. Already has matched her kill tally from yesterday. She had 5 total one night ago. She's got 5 here in the first set plus. It's Caroline Kerr back to serve. Handled Lewis. Lezak at it again. Her third kill in the second set. And the senior from Warsaw, Poland, having a very good start to the afternoon. Chanticleer's a good start to the second, especially when you consider how the first ended. Out wide, Ncaa, dig there. Granberry this time has enough. Dig came back to her and she just pushed it by Varani.
Now serving for the Lady Bolts, number 1, Ncaa.
As you see the battle right there, Varani got a piece but sent it right into the net. Ncaa now to serve. Lady Vols down 1. Make it 2. Just the second service error of the match for Tennessee. Had 1 in the opening set. And Ava Wallace, who we did not see one night ago, transferred in from Northeastern. The sophomore from Winter Park, Florida, serves away, getting some action. Granberry, it was off the block. Varani got enough. No one was there to cover the backside. And Varani palms the sky saying, hey, I did what I could. Those Chanticleers will try to erase that one and go back to work. Trying to save it up top. They can't quite do it.
Over the net violation against Coastal.
As Wallace is tasked with trying to handle the big serve. James has been a problem at the service line this weekend. She was the catalyst of a 6-0 run from the service line in the opening set a night ago. Fowler handles it here. Wallace to Varani. Varani said, all right, that works. And Varani always will give you some indication of what she thinks. The body language. Fowler at the service line tries to add to the lead. Kubik Wallace is there. Out wide for Stout. That one sent back, but then it's played wide.
Return is wide, point Tennessee.
Tennessee has leveled the score. Touchdown apiece. Good serve here, just climbed over. Lewis was there. Malone out wide. Chiash had the dig. Sets up Kubik. Wallace back for Fowler, who splits the D. Threaded the needle right between Chiash and Chapman on the back row. And puts the shot of clears back in front. Ladies in teal trying to answer from that first set. Kubik turned aside. Poke is plenty good. Kept alive initially, but Beaker sent the shot at clears scrambling and did enough to tie things up.
Now serving number 23, Aiden Kubik.
Sends Kubik back to the service line. Nice handle, Fowler. Sets up Malone, missed long.
Attacking is long, point Tennessee.
Now Coastal Carolina trying to say there was a touch there. Some of the players were, and the players on the bench said, I don't know that we saw one. So, Coach Loswick never seemed interested in a challenge as he never left his seat on the bench. Stout, that one's through. No touch there either. And that time, Bromley thinking there might have been a touch. Again, Coach Loswick, no challenge. 10-8. Back-to-back attack errors have given the Lady Vols the lead. Stout will try it again. No doubt about a touch there. And now she'll go to the service line, trying to get the shots on a run, trailing by 1. Giants trying to change that, missed it long, no touch.
Attack is wide, point Coastal.
So 10 apiece. And a very similar look to the start of set 2 that we saw in set 1. Where Coastal and Tennessee were in near lockstep. Giants. Stout the dig. Kept alive Lezak. Fowler got a swing off of it thanks to the defense. Chiash rolls it over. Malone pokes it back. Kerr, backside. Beaker puts it down. Good on good that time, and Beaker had the answer. A couple really good digs from Stout. And then Malone, and Stout rubbing that right shoulder saying, ooh, that had some pace on it. This one just does get over the tape. Stout able to turn it around for Lezak. Back row, that a little off balance. Tennessee in a scramble. Free ball sent across. Stout to Lezak. Dug on the back line, Jones. Chiash turned aside. Lezak and Unal do the honor. Deadlocked at 11. Tennessee, Kubik wiping some perspiration off the floor. Earnhardt at the ready for the serve. Junior from Easley, South Carolina. Puts the serve in, and it's a beauty. Not much Ashley King could do there. And the ace gives Coastal Carolina the lead, the second so far for the Chanticleers. Earnhardt trying to do it again. Kerr this time able to get a turn on it and powering it through Granberry.
Returning for Tennessee, number 4, Peyton Chapman. Now serving number 11, Caroline Kerr.
Level at 12 apiece. Stout on 2. Kerr able to get there. Free ball over. Covered Unal, Lezak. Did she get enough? Not quite. Granberry was able to handle. Chayesh finds the opening in the D. Tennessee back on top as Chayesh has kill number 9. Stout. Fowler sent back. Lezak. That's good enough. Kerr got a piece of it, couldn't control it. As the ball exited stage left, Lezak continuing to perform well. Lezak with 6 kills. Kerr on 2, saved momentarily, but it was wide. Stout came in and read it. Just wasn't quite able to control from there.
Now serving number 1, Ncaa.
It's a couple times that Kerr has dumped it over on 2, 3 kills for her. That play's been effective. Stout, middle. Kerr there to dig it out. Chapman missed long. And we're tied yet again. 14 all. And if Coastal Carolina wins this point, we'll be exactly where we were 1 set ago. Tennessee, though, has been really good on the side out at 70% for the match. Service error here. It'll be Tennessee at the midway point with the 1-point edge. They're trying to go up 2 sets to none. Seems the Chanticleers have a big run like Tennessee did 1 set ago. The lead 1 for the Lady Vols in set 2.
Whether you're shopping new, pre-owned, or just need service,
your game-winning drive starts here.
Try before you buy with Track, Toyota's exclusive rent-a-car program.
At Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in. Highway 501 in Myrtle Beach. Log on, sparkstoyota.com.
Sock 'em, bust 'em, go Shants!
Best Golf Cars is the longest-standing club car dealer on the Grand Strand since 1988. We offer the best sales financing programs and warranties in the business, and our off-site service plans will keep your car running for years to come. When you're shopping for a golf car, look no further than bestgolfcars.com. We have 3 convenient locations and offer same or next-day delivery. The only place to buy a golf car in the Myrtle Beach area is bestgolfcars.com.
To serve Sydney James. And Earnhardt tried to duck out of the way. She thought it was going to be long, but it got her right on top of the ponytail. And ends in an ace. Couldn't quite duck and cover quick enough. Tennessee trying to duplicate what they did a set ago, where they finished the set on an 11-1 run. They lead it by 2 now at 16-14. Earnhardt gets to this one. Stout from the back row has the kill. So Jalen Stout, 5 kills, 9 assists, 6 digs. And as is almost seen routine, you're on triple-double watch again, perhaps, for 7 and White. Fowler just had it long, and it was about to be played by King. Excellent job by Ncaa, who said out, 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 and that allowed her to have the confidence to let it go. It did miss long. And the lead back to 2. 5th service error in the match for the Chanticleers. Malone from the back row. Out wide, Ncaa, Stout got a piece, Fowler gets to it. Free ball over though for Tennessee. Backside, Beaker has the answer. They've used that play a couple times on the back set, and Beaker, moving from the middle out wide, has a couple kills on that exact move. Nicely done, as Verani couldn't close the gap quick enough. And the lead now 3 for Tennessee. This time they missed long with the serve. Shots were able to get out of the way. Lead 2 at 18-16. Good serve from Lewis there. Kubik handled it well. Ncaa had it dug by Lewis. Battle at the tape. Won by Beaker. So Beaker's had some strong moments here in his second set. As Kubik will try to put Tennessee at the first to 20. Malone and Uno not on the same page. As timeout called. I don't know that Uno heard Malone calling for it. And them running into each other calls the point to go in disarray. And it's a 4-point Tennessee lead, and much like they did late in set 1, Tennessee has made their run here in set number 2. Here in this set alone, we've seen the lead go back and forth. 10 ties, 5 lead changes here in this second set. But like we saw in the first, Tennessee winning the key points late in the set and putting their run together. It was much the tale that we saw from the first set. Tennessee enjoying the 4-point advantage. Stout and Lewis had their hands full with this Tennessee offense. It is nearly 73% on the side out. That's an eye-popping number. In comparison, you go back to what they did on the side out just one night ago. It was not at that high of a clip. The train keeps rolling. The Lady Vols as Tennessee hit just 213 one day ago. Currently for the match, they're hitting .407. Stout trying to end the run, turned aside. It's Beaker and Ncaa. The block has been good for them of late as a part of this match winning streak. And just like set one, Tennessee hitting their stride late in the set. Malone has trouble with the serve. No trouble putting it down. I think it was Kerr on the outside that took the swing. Normally she's setting everybody else up. Kerr puts it down, 5 kills now for her. This is one of the swinging variety to go along with 20 assists and 3 digs, and another timeout for Coach Loswick, who's seeing this set look eerily similar to what we saw in set number 1, and that is where Ncaa clears in that set, led 15-14. It's an 11-1 run that ultimately put that set to bed, and now Tennessee on a 5-0 run here. It's 18-16, and they haven't looked back since. You see Granberry 77 and Orange. She's had a solid night. And Eve Rackham-Watt seeing her team finish sets in a way they did not a day ago. Co-coach of the year in the SEC in 2023. Her 7th season at the helm of the volleyball program, and has Lady Vols ranked 16th in all the land. Talking to some of the Tennessee folks, they say there's a lot of value in matches like this, playing in an environment like this, certainly like it was last night. And he said it was probably the loudest environment a night ago they had played in this year, minus maybe Western Kentucky, but Western Kentucky had the whole marching band in the arena. That certainly adds a few decibel levels. Make it a 6-0 run. But it's a Tennessee team that definitely felt like they were tested one day ago. Certainly the first part of the sets. They've been tested here as well. It's a set point though. Big runs at the end of the first and second set telling the story. A chance to end set 2 here from the back. Kubik denied as Unal turns it aside on the block. It was a 6-0 run, and Jalen Stout will go back to the service line. Stout serves away. It's a good one. Kubik handles from there. They'll try to finish with Beaker. She was turned aside. Ncaa clears, another chance to keep it going. Malone got it done, just barely. Nearly able to get there. King closing quickly, but couldn't play it. Set point number 3 to Tennessee. And Ncaa clears trying to build some momentum, saying, hey, how many of these can we turn aside? 3 so far. Out wide. Ncaa said that's enough. And she slams home set 2. Ncaa has shined with 12 kills in the first 2 sets. It's led the Lady Vols to a 2-0 lead over Coastal Carolina.
Do you require shelter? Your inefficient participation will slow the process. Just this once. We should stick together.
Home?
Home.
The Wild Robot. Rated PG. In theaters September 27th.
Ow! Who's that sexy thing I see over there? That's me, standing in the mirror. If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna Sometimes all the tenacity and grit in the world can't overcome the boundaries we face. So Morgan Stanley is partnering with the Women's Tennis Association to remove them. Because this game is for everyone.
At Apartments.com, every time a new listing is added, we get this alert, so no. Okay, everybody goes. Ooh, that's not right. Apartments.com, the place to find a place.
Chanticleer girls providing entertainment between sets 2 and 3. Tennessee capturing the first 2. And you look at common foes coming in, something both coaches almost assuredly looked at. The common matchup with UCLA, as Tennessee and UCLA did battle. Tennessee actually took on 2 top 10 opponents to start the year with Penn State, Louisville, then UCLA, who's ranked 25th. And you see the results there. Tennessee had a lot of success hitting at 324 against the Bruins. Chanticleer struggled a bit. They've actually hit it better against Tennessee than they did in that matchup, as Chanticleer's today hitting at a 267 clip. You see under 100 with 20 errors against the Bruins for Coastal Carolina. They have looked very different than that team against Tennessee in their home gym last night and again here today. As the Chanticleers, while dropping the first 2 sets, it's really been a tale of 2 stages in this set. The first part of the first 30 points of the set have been pretty even on both sides, and then the late part of the set has been where Tennessee has made their hay, and this one is Tennessee seeing some of those trends that they saw from UCLA. The defense has really been there, as they have 26 digs through the first 2 sets. Chanticleers with 21. That was actually a category the Chanticleers had more than Tennessee one night ago, where Tennessee won in 4 sets after dropping the first. Tennessee 1 set away now from making it 5 in a row after starting 0-2. As Jalen Stout will try to lead the Chanticleers back here. She's been such a big part of what Coastal Carolina has done, not only this year, but last year as well, on their way to that Sun Belt title. 14 triple doubles in her freshman season, an eye-popping number to say the least, an NCAA record. And Stout was just 3 kills of what would have been her 5th, triple-double this year. At her 4th against Gardner-Webb. So far, triple-double watch, 10 assists, 7 digs, 5 kills. So she'll have to get humming to get the triple-double, you would think. Certainly in a good spot for yet another double-double, which has almost been routine for her. Leads the shots and kills. 2nd assist, leads them in service aces as well. She's a do-it-all type player for Coach Steve Loswick. Won Coach of the Year as the interim a season ago, as Coastal Carolina tries to find a way to play a complete set here after being so strong in the first part of the first and second sets. Trying to do so through the back half of those 2, where that is where the tide has turned in Tennessee's favor. He's had success not only indoor with the Chanticleers, the second team. He's had a lot of success on the beach as well, as the Chanticleer Beach Volleyball program has had more than their fair share of success under his tutelage as well. As we get set for set number 3, Jalen Stout will start it at the service line. First swing in the set coming from Ncaa, and she rolls it over and dumps it in just before Stout could get there. And Tennessee on the board first here in set 3. trying to do what they couldn't do in the second. Keep some of that momentum. Can they roll that over from one set to the next? Fowler from the back row, unable to get it down. Kerr will go out wide. Chiash, Stout on the cover there. Lewis. Lezak, who's had a good night but misfires on that exchange. Siri Ingstrom is checked in for Coastal Carolina, 15 in white. Did not see her yesterday. Getting our first look at her. This one, she had the sealer against Gardner-Webb. It's Unal here. Ingstrom will get her first crack at it. And Tennessee had the answer as the attack didn't get over the tape. The block imposing for the Lady Vols, and they run out to the first 3 points here in the third set. Eckler. Another good serve. Lezak able to handle. Back row Fowler. Graham Berry's gonna get a kill. Again up the middle, it's 4-0 Lady Vols as they're trying to waste little time getting the job done in this third set. You talk about a team with a high ceiling. We've seen that here this week. And Tennessee's on a roll. It's certainly proven they can be one of the best in the country. They're on a roll to start here in set number 3. They have the first 5 points. And in similar fashion to how the set ended in set 2, this time Tennessee getting up to that quick start. Lezak couldn't quite get that one. Kubik had the good dig. Free ball. Stout. Unal puts it down. Another assist for Stout. Her 11th. And Unal with her third kill as the shot clears on the board. So the third kill for Unal, and now some perspiration on the floor. Ashley King wanting to make sure everything is at bay. And talked about the scheduling Tennessee has had. Both these teams have scheduled tough as the serve into the tape. We talk about the value Tennessee saw in matches like this, playing in environments that aren't comfortable, knowing that you were the hunted and not the hunter coming to Group of 5 schools. Western Kentucky, they went on the road here at Coastal Carolina. They'll be on the road again early next week in state against Wofford. In the Palmetto State, that is. So they'll take on the Terriers out of the Southern Conference as the attack goes wide here. It's all part of the recipe that Eve Rackham-Watt, the head coach in her 7th year, says helps prepare not only for play in the SEC, but beyond. It's kept alive initially by Unal, but Granberry, another really good swing as Kiki has it rolling here on a Sunday afternoon. Another look. I was almost surprised it had a play on it. Unal did get there initially. Speaking of excellent plays, Earnhardt did a fine job keeping this one alive, but only momentarily. Chapman puts it down. She's been much quieter than she was a night ago. That's just her 3rd kill. But she hasn't had to, and that's what makes Tennessee so dangerous. To be Chapman one night, Chiash the next. Stout, Lezak puts it down. So what Coastal Carolina has started to develop as well Jalen Stout certainly always a threat. But then Lezak has been becoming, always been an option in the offense throughout her career. As that one missed the mark by Kubik. Return to Lezak. Fowler has really blossomed onto the scene for the Chanticleers. As Ava Wallace sends the serve away. Granberry again, denied this time. Wallace was there. Stout turned aside. Fowler will try. That one's sent back. It's a block party on Rocky Top as Chapman and Granberry team up to finish it off. Granberry helping on 2 blocks that sequence. Chanticleers covered one of them, not that one. Jane serves away. That one darts Stout. Fowler off the block and down. You see some of her big swing capability. 12 kills while hitting 281. It's part of the exciting part for the Chanticleer team too. Team that certainly, while yes, they have expectations, picked second in the Sun Belt East after winning the league a year ago. A lot of youth on both these rosters. Back wide, Chapman. Wallace was there. Chapman again. Wallace again has the dig. Stout, she'll try to push it home. King the dig, Chiash the finish. Even at a point where the Chanticleers do a lot of things right there. Few answers for swings like that from the back row. Chanticleer's back row defense was something that certainly was impressive a night ago. Stout thought that was off the touch, didn't get the benefit of it out there. And you see frustrated with herself as the lead at 6 for Tennessee early in the set, 11-5. Engstrom has the kill. It's another one of the young Chanticleers that they hope can provide some depth. As Engstrom, the freshman from Lund, Sweden, she had the match clinching point against Gardner-Webb. Service error here stretches the lead back to 6.
Now to serve for the Lady Balls, number 33,
Combining Engstrom with the likes of Fowler, Stout setting it up, all of those just underclassmen. Sydney Lewis, Lubero, who just made a nice play there, also a sophomore. This one placed wide off the block from Unal. As you see, Unal read the touch on 2. Kerr's had a lot of success with that. Caroline Kerr's been more aggressive on the attack. Engstrom keeps it alive. Lewis will send it over. Free ball over for the Tennessee Volunteers. Beaker couldn't put it down. Fowler from the back row. No. Stout. Yes. Boy, the defense was rock steady for Tennessee. But on one, Stout had the opportunity and Tennessee still nearly was able to play it. As Jones had the good dig there, and she nearly got to that one. But Stout picks up the kill. This one off the block as Engstrom and Unal got a piece but couldn't get enough. Tennessee up 14-7, trying to make it a three-set affair. Stout, Lezak. Kubik had a little bit of trouble with it. Results in a free ball. Chanticleer's trying to cash it in. Stout on two. Just gets played over. Granberry with an opportunistic swing. Chiash, Zeke, Fowler, Lezak didn't have room. And Tennessee using an early run in the set. And they have a comfortable lead at the break here in the third. 15-7 as Tennessee looking for their 5th win in a row here in Conway.
At Sparks Toyota. Whether you're shopping new, pre-owned, or just need service.
Your game-winning drive starts here.
Try before you buy with Track, Toyota's exclusive rent-a-car program.
At Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in. Highway 501 in Myrtle Beach. Log on, sparkstoyota.com.
Sock 'em, bust 'em, go Shants!
Best Golf Cars is the longest standing club car dealer on the Grand Strand since 1988. We offer the best sales financing programs and warranties in the business, and our off-site service plans will keep your car running for years to come. When you're shopping for a golf car, look no further than bestgolfcars.com. We have 3 convenient locations and offer same or next day delivery. The only place to buy a golf car in the Myrtle Beach area is bestgolfcars.com.
Sparks Toy.
Abby Eckler at the service line. Tennessee up 8-15-7, trying to get a sweep here after being pushed to 4 sets one day ago. Stout back, Fowler. Boy, the defense has really turned it up a notch for the Lady Vols of late. Lezak will try to find space. There's none had. Granberry shuts it down. Another block for the Lady Vols. Their 6th of the match. And Tennessee, who has been tested by Coastal Carolina, even in this match, as you mentioned, both the first 2 sets, it was nearly level. The first 30 points, and then big runs from the Lady Vols turned the tide. And the first and the second, Granberry misses here. A rare error for her. She's been so good in that middle position for Tennessee. Was held in check thanks to Coastal Carolina's defense last night, but it has been a different day. Lezak and Unal again team up for the block. The Chanticleers, something historically you've seen come through in big moments for them. And after back-to-back points from Coastal Carolina, Eve Rackham-Watt says, all right, let's call time and regroup. Does not want to see Coastal Carolina have one of the runs that we've seen Tennessee have the first 2 sets. We'll try to climb back into things here in the third. The side out has been brilliant for the Lady Vols at 73%. Impressive number 2, the Chanticleers have taken 83 swings. 36 of them have been digs for Tennessee. It's been pretty impressive stuff. As the Lady Vols and Chanticleers, well, this is the first meeting since 2014 when they matched up this weekend. 2 teams nearly played last year in the NCAA tournament, but Coastal Carolina 1 in 4 sets in that matchup in September of 14. Tennessee 1 in 4 last night, trying to win in 3 here today. Ironically, Western Kentucky, who Tennessee won in a 5-set thriller before they made their way down to the beach. That was the opponent that bounced Coastal Carolina out of the tournament. That prevented that matchup between the Chants and Lady Vols 1 season ago. Mishandle on the serve. There is room over there on the sideline, but it's a free ball. Stout sets it up. Fowler off the touch. No. And Steve Looswick patrolling toward the scores table. I don't think he's going to challenge. Does that one looked high from there? It was. And Fowler upset she didn't have that one steered toward the court of play. 17-9. As Kerr serves into the tape. Something they have not had many of, just their 4th service error of the match. Kerr has been brilliant tonight. Setter of the week in the SEC, also player of the week. And you see her prowess, just has such a command of this Tennessee offense. 8 assists away is Kerr from 1,500 assists in her career. And talk about the youth for Coastal Carolina. Kerr, just a sophomore. And see another beauty of an assist there as she set up Chiash. Who blasts the jump serve long. 18-11. They missed the serve here. Chanticleers have been a little bit better in that department. And still probably too many for Looks like 8 of them for the Chanticleers. Tennessee with a 19-11 lead as James serves away. Stout tries to place it in the corner. Kerr was there. Turn aside for Chapman. She couldn't get it down. Stout, a better look at it this time. And into the block, and Stout frustrated with herself that she didn't get that one through. And saw one night ago, Stout was really in a groove offensively. She's been frustrated at times here against this Tennessee defense, who stretched it to a 20-11 lead. They are zeroing in on a 3-set victory as Jalen Stout 2 digs shy of a double-double. Almost being routine for her, but Tennessee has had their attention on her all match long. And Stout with 6 attack errors to go along with the 6 kills. That's certainly not a ratio she's accustomed to seeing on the attack. Certainly the assists have been there. 12 of those by far the most for the Chanticleers. Next closest would be Wallace with 5. Stout plays the serve here. Wallace for Stout. That time, Stout had the mark. So nicely done there by Jalen Stout. Didn't have success last time. Tennessee knew she was coming. Stout just put it right between the two blockers to set up her 7th kill. That matches as many as she's had. And Madigo, Engstrom, and Varani send it back. Tennessee kept it in play before it eventually hit our referee in Morgan Shannon. And Tennessee again wants to wipe some perspiration off the floor. Just making sure everything's in order. It's a sneaker symphony test. The floor, speaking of the sneakers. And now, Fowler back to the service line, trying to get the shot. Clears on a run to climb back into this 3rd set. Kerr, near side, Chapman. Mentioned she'd been held quieter than she was a night ago. She's had a pair of errors on 4 kills and 16 swings for 4 in orange. Here at the service line. Out wide, Engstrom. Tennessee used the block to turn that one around for Chayash. 17th kill of the match for the transfer from Towson. And boy, what an addition she's been to this Tennessee roster as Chayash from the middle just hammered it home from the back row. This one off the tape, played well. Wallace, Stout trying to push over, Kerr read it. Kubik missed it wide. Loswick had to get out of the way of that one as he danced out of harm's way. Another kill for Jalen Stout. That'll goes an attack error, beg your pardon, on Kubik. So Stout's still sitting at 7 kills. That ties a team high with Lezak, who got off to a hot start. Another service error from the shot of clears their 9th. Sydney Lewis adding another to that tally. Trying to stave off match point. Stout has kill number 8. 8 kills, 8 digs, 12 assists. And Tennessee just 2 points away. You don't know if she'll get to a double-double, but it seems to be close to that triple-double neighborhood. Just remarkable how consistent she is. But getting to that territory. Beaker, who had a big set number 2, has a big one here. And Tennessee has match point. Their 5th win in a row, potentially on the horizon. Eckler serves it away. Stout for Engstrom, who says not yet. Coach Loswick all smiles as they share a laugh.
Now serving, number 15 is Harry Engstrom. Game point.
Now Engstrom, a reward for getting the kill, a serve. Trying to keep the match alive. Boy, nearly got an ace. Chayash to finish it. No, not yet. Kept alive. Free ball over. They'll get another crack at it. Kerr on 2, not this time. Stout, Fowler, block wide. So the shot clears, not giving in yet. And some good defense being showcased there. It'll take at least a 3rd set point for Tennessee. And They ask for the towel one more time. Draw some of the ire. The Chanticleer crowd. Now Engstrom will try yet again. So a good serve. Kerr trying to set it up. Chiash, Stout there to read it. Push, Fowler, no, it's pushed across, that'll do it. Granberry finishes it off, and Tennessee wins in 3 sets against Coastal Carolina. That dig from Stout did get her to a double-double. She finishes 2 kills shy of a triple-double, but Tennessee wins their 5th in a row. But Coastal Carolina certainly was a stern test as they gave Tennessee plenty to handle, as the coaches also in the handshake line as Eve Rackman-Watt high-fives her own team after seeing Tennessee win their 5th straight. For our entire student-led ESPN Plus crew, I'm Kyle Rush saying so long, where Tennessee has their 5th win in a row after a 3-set sit-on win against Coastal Carolina.